from this to this. What's up, everybody? It's the very unlucky Ginger. Just gonna start off by saying this winter's been really cold. We've had a lot of snow and then now a lot of rain. So it's been too cold to be out here in the garage working. It's been too wet to pack things up and move it to the storage unit to get things cleared out of the way. So the garage is an absolute mess. But I did want to go ahead. I started working on this next project. Which is funny because I've already got 2 projects in the garage that I'm working on now. Give you a little hint, I'll show you. So I'm waiting on a part for my wood splitter to come in, and I didn't feel like hauling it back out. So I got my wood splitter in here. I got a part for the engine coming that I got to get that fixed. I got one of my wife's old wheelchairs here in the garage that I've got to change the batteries on because the batteries have completely died. But I'm also, once I've changed the batteries, I'm going to change these wheels out and put some kind of a like snowmobile track on it and make it a all-terrain outdoorsy vehicle. Because right now they don't go outside. They don't go in the soft ground and the off of concrete. So I'm going to change this up and I'm going to actually put like snowmobile or tank like tracks on this thing, so that way it's going to be an off-road vehicle. So I've got that in here and the battery's dead. It won't even come on, so I can't really move it out of my way, but it's okay because I got myself a canoe. I bought this canoe online and it had some issues, and the gunnels, I've got a little, this one's not too bad. But I'm going to go ahead and change it out too. But like this one, you can see it really dry rotted. So I'm going to make some new gunnels. This one goes back here. Nope, this one goes up here. This one goes back here. So the single to single. So I've got to replace these gunnels and get this canoe back up and working. And I was able to go up to our local clerk's office and I put tags on it. You don't have to have tags on a canoe that is manual powered with a paddle. You don't have to. But I did because I'm going to put a motor on this thing. I'm going to put a motor on a canoe. And when it warms up, this is going to be some fun videos. So anyways, gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for this. But so anyway, so I've got, I got some decking boards that I've taken and I was able to trace out the old gunnels. So I took the old one and I traced it out. And I cut me out a new one. So today I'm going to be sanding it down and rounding it off so it's not just like splinters everywhere. But I'm going to go ahead and this is the double. So it's going to go here to here. So I'm going to put some new gunnels in to keep it from pinching up and coming together, to keep it spread apart the way it's supposed to, the way it's going to stay together and glide the way it needs to. And then I'm going to have to figure out a way to shore this thing up, because when I put a motor off of one side, I'm going to use electric motor. When I put a motor off of one side and a battery on the inside, I got a feeling it's going to be mighty topsy-turvy. I got a feeling I may get wet the first couple of times until I can figure out how to stabilize this canoe. But stick with me. Got some cool videos coming this spring and summer with my motorized canoe. And if I can figure this out, I've got a 16-foot kayak that if I can I may get that registered too and put the motor on it. And I'll have to build an outrigger for it because it's a lot more narrow and not nearly as deep as this canoe is. Um, but I may put a motor on my kayak. All right, so just giving you all a little quick what's up. It's time to get to work. Well, I was able to get my piece started. Got it worked on rounding off the corners. And I think that's, yeah, I mean, I got it started to get rounded off. And my big sander just bit the dirt. So now I've got to use a small little hand sander to finish. And that was only the first gunnel. So this is going to take a little bit longer than I expected, but I'm going to get it going. I'm going to get this working. It's like 35 degrees outside today, so there ain't no way I can... There's a way. I'm just not willing to get out in the water in 35 degree weather and test this boat out today anyway, so I got time. It's just a future project, one of the many that I'm working on. So anyway, so that's just kind of, I guess, going to be an update for what's going on. My wife's feeling a little bit better. I'm supposed to be going back to work here pretty soon, next week. So we shall see how much time I have to work on things when I go back to work. So let's see how things go. And see if I can find me another sander so I don't have to use a little handheld. But basically that's it. I just started sanding down the corners, the edges, and then I'll finish sanding and make the whole thing super duper smooth like this laminated one is. I'll get it nice and smooth and sand it down, and then I'll stain it, get it looking nice, and then put me a motor in this thing and go rocking. All right, there's your update for the Unlucky Ginger. Stay tuned, and we will hopefully get this boat out in the water. Whoop, whoop. All right, so I went to Harbor Freight. $100, got me another belt sander and disc sander. And we've got the old one. Now the new one. Still got a little more sanding to go, and definitely got to stain it. But it's pretty much it's a little wider still. Still got some more meat to take off of it, but it's pretty close. I can take a little bit more meat off of it or leave it. I just need to sand it. So I've just been dealing with the, sorry, wrong button. I've been dealing with the sander, the belt that came with it. I've got some finishing grit sandpaper that I'm going to put to it and sand this thing up, make it smooth like glass. Let me go ahead and cut out the other one for the front, or the back, actually, the back one. Let me go and cut this one out and see what I can make out of it. All right, every once in a while I got to come out into the sunlight so I can actually see what I'm doing and make sure that the lights from the garage aren't messing with it. So here's what I got. There's the old ones. All right. And then a new one and a new one. Set them side by side. So they're pretty well. I mean, it won't hurt for it to be a little bit thicker than the old one. Or the new one, I mean. Or the old one, yeah. So it won't hurt to be a little bit thicker, but basically, I got the good rough design down. So now I just gotta put the finish, do the finish sanding, get it real smooth, and then stain it and drill my holes, and that boat's ready to float. It's a good day. It's a good day. All right, so I've got some paper towels. This front one. I got it all sanded down nice and smooth. And I got some old motor oil. Just gonna rub that on. Right here. And I'll get the whole thing done, and it's gonna look like that. Just like that. From this to this. All right, now we're just gonna let that dry. And they'll be ready to go in the boat. So that's now our new gunnels. Give me a second. Right here. So it's gonna look like that. That'd be pretty. That'd be pretty. Same like going with an English walnut or something stained, but that's gonna work out real good. And then I'll just shellac it, and so that way it'll be completely waterproofed, not have to worry about nothing. And then I'll bolt it up. So it's gonna make it. Let me fix the camera. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I filmed. I'm not used to it again. There's the old one. There's the new one. So old versus new. All right. So old one's in the front, new one's in the back. Now I just gotta let them dry and then shellac them. I'll put them in the canoe, and then it's time to mount the motor. I feel like Tim Allen. More power! So I took a piece of stick that left over after I cut it out, and I tested it with some oil before I did it, and I was like, that color looks really good. So I'm glad I did because it's looking beautiful. Look at that. Would you look at that? It's been so long since I've actually worked with wood. I forgot how much I love it. I like it. I have fun with it. I enjoy it. So now we're going to leave the garage, let them dry. I can't wait to see a motor on that thing. I mean, it's electric. It's not going to be like gas powered pulling wheelies, but it's a motor on a canoe. Love it. All right. That's it for today, guys. See you later.